And Tiffany Haddish star in the new movie Nobody's Fool, which is now in theaters. Our movie critic, Paul McGuire Grimes, chatted with the funny ladies in New York City.
Listen, it's your sister. She's getting out. If you could pick her up, I'd appreciate it.
What time?
What time? Honey, it's jail. You get there when you can, like the song said.
Tyler, as writer and director, do you allow your actors to just kind of improv and play their way through a scene?
Yeah, I would say about 90% of it's on the script.
Yeah.
And then
90%, yeah.
And then we were going back and forth. I say this, and she says, okay. And then she'd do 10 times what I was saying on top of it. So it was, I love working with people who have this kind of energy and can take a character and bring it up to 10 other levels.
What is it about Tyler that makes him this force, this collaborator in Hollywood?
He's hired and put so many people to work in Atlanta, and having a goal that isn't just for you, but that sort of ripples out. I would probably work for him a lot if I had the opportunity.
You know, it's so funny. This connection is so rickety. Hello?
What? Mama, you in the window.
I can't hear you, baby. I can't hear. Oh, my
Mama.
goodness, I can't hear you. I
Mama,
don't know
stop
what's
playing.
happening. The whole thing is
Mama,
all
don't
messed
play
up.
like that.
Tiffany, you've mentioned how Whoopi is an inspiration for you as a comic. Was there a pinch me moment when you actually got
Don't
to
ask her
use
that,
your...
because she cries every time. Don't start crying.
I want to
Then
hear
they
though,
gotta
because
touch
she
up her
was an
makeup.
inspiration to me. Like, was it for you?
It was the most amazing thing
Right.
ever. And so grateful.
Stop it.
It's like Christmas all the time.
It's wonderful. It was really wonderful.
It was super wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was a
you.
really great movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, that looks really funny. You're going to see if the Tyler Perry movie is worth your cash during Twin Cities. Welcome back to Twin Cities Live. You know, in the 3 o'clock hour, our movie guy sat down with the stars of the new movie Nobody's Fool.
That was fun, but now it's time for him to tell us if it's worth the trip. From Paul's trip to the movie, say hi to Paul McGuire Grimes.
Hello, hi.
Okay, so this is the Tyler Perry movie, and
Yes.
everybody was so charming when you met with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to love the movie. Tell us the premise.
So the premise is that Tiffany Haddish plays the wild child of the family. She's released from jail and starts to cause trouble again when she calls upon the catfish team, when she thinks her sister's in a fake relationship.
All right, so we've got funny people there. Whoopi Goldberg, of course, the up-and-coming Tiffany Haddish. She's so hot right now. And Tyler Perry, he knows how to do things comedically. Does it all work together?
I would say that as a whole, it does work, because when you have someone like Tiffany Haddish and Whoopi, and there's a guest cameo in this that I don't want to reveal, but when Tyler Perry writes a rated R comedy and just lets them go, it is very funny. Okay. I mean, it's hard not to laugh when
Wait, this is a rated R from Tyler Perry, which you usually don't see, not with like, hello, Medea.
Right, right. This may be too much for you, Steve, so I just want to say that. Tiffany's funny. I think the writing is a little awkward in the third act. I started to care less and less for the romantic storyline in this, but if it's just Tiffany and Whoopi together, I mean, how do you go wrong
Isn't
with
it
those
fascinating
two?
how Steve will rip his shirt off with Thunder from Down Under, but then a Tyler Perry movie might be too much for him? It's just a real fascinating situation. Okay,
I learn new things about me every day.
How many tickets does?
I think it's 3 out of 5 tickets. If you love Tiffany, if you love Tyler Perry movies, I think you'll get a kick out of this one.
Very good.
The movie Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Yes.
Tell us about this.
This is based on a true story, and in it, Melissa McCarthy plays this author, Lee Israel, who is going broke, and she decides to forge these letters posing as literary icons and then sells them for hundreds of dollars.
So Emily talked with the cast last week and was really excited about this. This is definitely not like Melissa McCarthy hamming it up.
Right. She gives a career-defining performance in this movie. She is unforgettable in what she does with Lee Israel.
Wow.
Because she takes a character that is a horrible human being, this con artist that ruined all the relationships she had in life, but then Melissa gets you to care about her. She gets you to want hope for who she was, but she does find the humor in her at the same time.
Oh,
she's so good. And then Richard E. Grant is divine in this movie. He's so lovely.
How many tickets have
So
you
I'm giving
given
it
this
4
one?
out of 5 for this. We both really loved it. And now I want to know more about Lee Israel and the people that she was posing with.
It's always a good sign when you find a movie that's based on a true story and then all you want to do is just obsessively read and Google about
especially when it's
after.
as kooky as these two people are.
Really cool.
Now to the movie that's been getting more promotional buzz and promotional dollars before its release, Bohemian Rhapsody, in theaters today. This the story of Queen. Paul, in short, I ask you this. A lot of the early reviews I've heard have been lackluster.
Right.
Will you break that trend or no?
Nope. I think this movie is so lackluster. I wanted to love this movie. Rami Malek is actually excellent as Freddie Mercury, but the movie does not do him justice at all.
What goes wrong?
Because it covers way too much in a movie that's a little over 2 hours. It covers 15 years, and then we'll hit upon one song or an event or what's happening in Freddie's life, and then goes on to the next. and then goes on to the next. Like, I never got to dive in deep and really care and feel about the pain that Freddie went through. Nor do I feel like I just got to watch Rami be Freddie on screen like I did, and then the camera would cut to an audience or cut to the other members of Queen.
Do you think this would have been better if they would have not done it as a movie and they would have done it as like a 10 episode on like Netflix or something like that?
Yes, it would have been better if they would have taken its time, or if they decided what story they want to tell. Either you dive in deep about who Freddie Mercury was and what he went through, or you tell Queen's story and just like have about Queen in the recording studio.
Okay.
Pick one story or the other. Don't try to just cram in a ton of stuff into one.
That's so sad because it looks cool, and then everybody loves Queen. Everybody loves the music.
Yeah, and that's what I do too. And it's like, it's nice to know a little bit of the backstory, but I can put on the DVD of their concerts and watch that instead, you know. Dive in deep.
You have Queen concert DVDs.
I mean, not at home, but I could. You can buy them, like they're available. And you can watch them on
They're
YouTube.
available via retail. Paulie, ticket stubs.
So 2 out of 5 on Bohemian Rhapsody. I wish it would have been better. Yes.
Look at that, Paul. Good advice, though. Thank you so much. You can visit Paul's website. I love his reviews. paulstriptothemovies.com for more movie reviews. You
can also listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show. It's on My Talk 107.1 every Friday, or you can listen to his podcast called Paul's Trip to the Movies.
All right, let's get a little look-see at